welcome back. Last 2 years of my university have started and let's hope I can keep up. Hope you enjoyed the video. Today we are looking at ShadowYards with unique looking ships, and yeah, there's like a lot of them. They are all quite nice all-rounders, and surprisingly the big capital ships are quite fast and agile. Of course, amazing weapons with crazy green effects. And all of these things are balanced, and it's not hard to wonder why. Because the first mention of this mod was in the year 2012. To compare that, if I'm not mistaken, the official StarSector launch was 2013. Yeah, this is the granddad of StarSector mods. And it's bloody awesome. Let's get into it. Ships. Alright, let's start with the biggest ship of the mod, the Vayras? Yes, you can compare this ship to things like the Victory class or Onslaught, especially because if you notice the front, it also has built-in weapons, these energy guns. Pretty decent, quite nice burst of a fire. What makes this mod and ship special? You use basically all energy weapons, not counting the missiles, so it kinda is the same as the previous mod we covered, the Aura, which means that these ships heavily depend on the balance of the energy weapons. As we all know, we cannot use the vanilla ones because they are weak, but this mod comes with decent energy weapons. They are not overpowered, they are not weak, they are somewhere in the middle. That means that these ships are balanced, because the weapons that come in this pack are finely suited for these ships. Before we get this thing in the battle, all of these ships, or nearly all of, yeah, it seems like all of these, have this mod. In the gist of it, if I got this mod right, the more flux you have, the more passive flux dissipation you will have. There's also one interesting mod that you can put on these ships, that it is the Flux Lock Armor. It basically increases the survivability of your ship whenever you want, depending on the flux. It's quite expensive, but it's decent. It costs 50 points to deploy. What is special about these ships? For the huge size, they are decently fast. Right now we are using the special ability. That is one thing that separates the capital ships of the vanilla game and this game. These are maneuverable. One thing to note is that this thing runs out of the flux pretty fast. But now we can burst him down. We are venting much faster than he is. The main two batteries take so much flux to fire. Ouch! Ouch, 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 ouch. My bad. Let's flux as well and fire everything. This firepower is comparable to the Onslaught, however, you are much more maneuverable. Alright, let's go to the smaller ships right now. One thing I have noticed, that the small ships are much more, let's say, unbalanced than the capital ships. Yeah, I haven't tried all of them because there's so many of them, but which I have tried are ridiculously strong, but that's my opinion. Let's start with this ship, the Tartarus. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 medium energy slots and 1 large slot. We put the Olan Siege laser on it. What is crazy about this ship that it costs 23 points to deploy. This ship performs way too well. The reason why is the special ability. If you click it, energy weapon range plus 200, insane. Flux cost minus 20%, insane. And the shield is just bonus. Look at the range. He cannot get to us. And once we get in the range, we can continue firing. You know what? Why not? If you put something like these aura guns, which also slow the movement speed of the enemy ships. There's so much things you can put on this thing that will make it absolutely broken. However, this ship is different. Boys and girls, this is Mimir. This one is special. It is a capital ship. It has, as you can see, plenty of firepower, but it has few very special things about it. First of all, it has built-in cannon, which is pretty insane, and it's this one. 2000 range, 8000 damage, and all around it, it's amazing. This gun goes through enemies like knife through the butter, and I will try to show you what I mean. If you're curious, we are using the out-of-it preset, and let's dive right in. This thing is super mobile, so this is the strength of it. It doesn't have so much firepower and survivability. Well, I would say it like this. It doesn't have enough flux to maintain the firepower, so you have to use it smartly. This is the main gun. It charges up and shoots this shot. It's more epic when it hits the armor, and it reloads for quite some time. We are already getting hammered, but if we get through the shields, it is over for this guy. Let's go against something which is less mobile than the Conquest was. Oh, misclick. Well, if you get good at this, it should be pretty easy to get behind someone. We're getting close range and he cannot use the... Well, he can use this, but he cannot use the shield. Oh, this was a pretty sneaky attack. Oh, yes! We made it. And now it's over. And look at the main gun. Oh, let's finish it. After playing more and more with the ship, I started to learn how to play with it and enjoying it much more. It's not that survivable, so you have to use your speed. This ship is amazing, but firstly when you will play with it, probably you won't like it, especially because the flux dissipation isn't that good. It costs 45 points to deploy. It is manageable. The thing is, you have to play smartly with it and play around your special ability, the special dash. You can flank your enemies. You can also run away pretty fast. The only thing that's holding this thing back, it dies ridiculously easily, and also the flux management isn't crazy. It's good, but not crazy. Before we take a look at the main carrier, we will check one more small ship, and it's this Labatus class. Yeah, this one I think is broken, super strong, especially with this build. I know, my Diable thinks it has 4 medium slots. 4! That is absolutely insane, especially when you consider costs 11 points to deploy, and things like Hammerhead have only 2 medium slots. This makes this ship absolutely broken. And one more special thing about this, it has the special ability, the increase in range and everything else. This ship has the whole package of broken. Look at it. Now we have range. He has no chance at all. He's running away. We will turn off the shields and the special ability so we can get close and actually catch up with him. Now we can turn on the special ability. And yeah. Let's test it one more time. And I presume this will not work. Well, it should not work at all. We're firing. Let's speed things up because this will take some time. We are kind of winning. Oh no. This is not good. Nah, you piece of crap. We're getting through and doing some damage. He cannot reach us with his guns, so only the anti-shield lasers. Come on, do we get him? Yes. Yeah, with this build, lovely ship, broken as hell, I think so. And now the last ship we are looking at today, the Scalar class. This is the big carrier. This pretty much should be compared to things like Astral, because it costs 45 points to deploy. It has 6 fighter bays. That means you can use this extra ordnance points to equip this beauty. One saddening thing is that it has less ordnance points than the Astral itself, and already for me the Astral was struggling a bit with the ordnance points. But one thing to be noticed, it's absolutely insanely mobile. Decent firepower, nothing spectacular, but the mobility is what makes this ship absolutely crazy. It might not have the punching power of the fighters, but yeah, it's really hard to catch up. So right now we are 58 speed, and that's yeah, it's absolutely insane. And as you can see, it's very maneuverable. You can spin around for ages. The special ability increases the damage of the fighters and also the speed. Again, it's on auto fire. Damn it. They would still die anyway, but yeah. I was watching elsewhere. As you can see, if we are in trouble and we are not attacking, we are not using a general, we are super mobile, so we can run away, yeah, 108 speed. So you don't want to have this ship in combat, but what this thing can do is keep out of the combat. Shooting the torpedoes, and we missed now. At least the shield hit it. Alright, we got it still. What should be noticed from this battle is the ability of the ship to disengage. So maybe better build would be just don't use these things. Like, try to use as least of ordnance points on the weapons and put everything into the fighters, especially stronger fighters than these two, and make it more bombardment heavy. I nearly forgot for the another phase ship. This one is special because it's basically a dome Of course, we have face ship, but we have 2 large energy slots. I shouldn't say anything. We have general installed because it is a face ship. It costs 30 points to deploy. Basically a face ship, that means it's absolutely broken in player hands and nothing has a chance, like always with a face ship, right? Surprise. Little Flux, and now the damage comes. Yeah, pretty nice. These 2 large slots just make this ship so much fun, but it's super strong, but yeah. I don't think I have to talk about this that much more. It's a face ship. One more ship to be noticed is this carrier. It pretty much costs and behaves like Heron or Mora.
Weapons and fighters.
And now let's fast look at the fighters and the weapons of this game. We won't go too in depth. However, this mod brings very good balanced weapons, like nothing special. I especially like these that you see on the screen and not this one. So I have tried them. These are the ones that stood out to me the most. The first things first are these small weapons, especially this point defense system. Yeah, this is a very good point defense system. I would maybe use it instead of the PD laser. Then we also have this small energy weapon, which is pretty decent, especially for 6 ordnance points. This is a good weapon. And now for the, not big boy, but the medium weapon that I think that helps the energy weapons a lot, because you need something like this, and it is this gun. The issue that holds these things back, it costs 14 ordnance points. It has decent range, decent damage. The only thing holding this thing back, it's still not as good as some of the ballistic weapons, but it's definitely better what we have in vanilla. Then we have another point defense system. Yeah, this medium one, pretty decent. This wave pulse cannon, okay, it's not super good, so I wouldn't use it normally, but yeah, it's not like super bad. And then we have pretty interesting weapon, and it is this relatively close range anti-ship beam weapon. The only issue is no hard flux, but when you get it to the armor, it shreds things. These elite fighters are pretty good. Like, I know they cost 25 points, but they pretty much obliterate anything the same side as this ship. And then these bombers are very similar to these Trident torpedo bombers. I don't know which one I choose. That means that they are balanced, and this just looks better. And everything just in this mod looks beautiful. Alright guys, to be honest, it takes some time to get into this mod, but it's worth it. It's balanced, so for those of you that like more overpowered things, maybe this is not for you. But for those who want to have balanced games, this mod is for you. Well, of course, if not counting the small ships, because yeah, I'm not sure about them. But what's most important, I cannot wait about your opinion. Yes, you're down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Ciao, ciao.
Like the video and consider subscribing.